And meanwhile, well, the annual Air Sex Championships was held last night. Joining us to discuss this is Trew, comedian and host of the competition. But Chris, before we even hear from you, you can air talk while we're showing this reel. Let's take a look at one of the acts.
So last night we had a pretty dominant victory with a jam out with my clam out. She also has like some fancy job. She won't tell me what her job actually is, but her second time winning, and she will move on to the finals, which will be held in New Orleans this December.
Okay, so I am an air guitarist. I'm pretty open. Everyone who watches this knows that about me. I've competed. I'm retired now, but from 2006 to 2010, I was active in the National Air Guitar Circuit. Air sex, is it related? Does it come out of that same kind of movement?
Yeah, there are some similarities, except one of the big ones is that I think, and no offense, but I think the ceiling is a little bit lower when it comes to air guitar. With air sex, there's a little bit of everything involved. There's foreplay, there's education, there's the big finish, and you can still find rhythm with, as far as verses and choruses. There should be verses and choruses in all sex.
I agree. So then how then are you able to determine what looks just like stripping and simulated sex, and when it becomes, when it gets the airness, when it becomes an art form in and of itself? How do you get to that transcendent point? How do you do that?
That's a great question. It has a lot to do with commitment. You got to really get into that zone. That flow zone that athletes get into whenever they can't miss a shot in basketball or whatever. You want to get into that spot where you don't realize there's a room full of people watching you. You just hear the song, you see your partner or partners or the object you're putting your dong inside of, whatever you're doing, and you're just in the zone and you're just making it happen. We have a panel of expert judges, usually some collection of comedians or sex shop owners or porn stars, stuff like that. They give feedback throughout the first round. They will each bring back one finalist, and then they perform one more time to a mystery song, and then the audience chooses the winner.
And how long do they have? Is it a 1-minute clip, a 2-minute clip, a full song?
It's about 2.5, 3 minutes. I cut people off sometimes if they're just stripping and dancing around, because that's not what the show is.
Right, it's a performance art you're judging here. It's a performance art.